It is a Wednesday morning. Beautiful day here in Auburn. Beautiful day to fly. Let's turn the ANR on. That's the automatic noise reduction on the Bose A20. So it's first order of business is to take this off, not for the way they played, but for the way they acted in Washington. Anyway, so it's severe clear here, offshore flow, dry humidity, no marine layer. This is going to be a real simple, super simple VFR flight to Oakland. I'll try to make it as short as possible. Let's see how the look is. Okay, I like the look. Had the oil change yesterday. I need a new sending unit in the right tank because it's not reading properly. It reads halfway to the end. I did cross feed on the way up here from Oakland, so I'm going to do the opposite so I can balance out the tanks, because during my pre-flight I noticed that the aileron trim that I had set because of the imbalance of the weight was still set to that way. I'm not going to bother you with the 1 minute weather. The wind blowing 080 at 6, and we're using runway 7. You can see the wind blowing in the trees over here. And like I said, we had the oil change for the cylinder break-in on the right side. And we are going to do the checklist and come back on, take off. All right, the all-important checklist is complete. I tell everybody, always do the checklist. I don't care, like myself, I have a couple thousand hours in this plane. Always do the checklist. When I did the cabin doors and windows closed and locked, I looked over, everything was shut, but I moved up my lever. It wasn't quite all the way up. So one time my brother opened the door in flight. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, checklist complete. We're ready for takeoff. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 3318Q back. Taking runway 7 with a right crosswind departure, departing area to the south, Auburn. And it's going to be right into the sun. Local noise abatement. Dan, which way are you heading?
Heading over to the lake.
That was Dan. He just bought that 310 Romeo. Good looking plane, the 75 R model. Okay, time check. Transponder 1200. We're going to go slowly at full power. Got the foot on the brakes, everything looks good. We're gone. Feet on the, boy, it really wants to pull to the left here with that weight over there. Okay, got to correct it with the rudder. Okay, there it goes. Center line, 80, 90, there's my red line. There's 100. Boy, that imbalance, I can really feel it in the look of that thing. Turn to the left. Okay, wheels up. Well, it's funny how, and the arm is really long because of the weight on the outside. Okay, we're gonna, right into the sun. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna, 1 to Quebec, right crossing departure, departing area to the south off runway 7, Auburn. All right, we're waiting for full power to 2500, which is 1000 AGL. And we'll pull the power back to cruise. 29 inches of manifold pressure, 2350 on the RPMs, and 17.5 per gallon on the fuel flow, and we'll see where the EGTs settle in. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna, 1 Quebec, departing area a mile to the south, leaving 3000. There's 18. 17.8, 18.6, okay. So, look at this, when I let go of the plane, it still wants to really go left. So let's put some more aileron trim in and try to straighten it out before I cross feed. Alright, I like the fuel flow, I like the EGTs. Fuel pumps off one at a time. I should have done the fuel flow before that, so I have to add a little fuel, because when you turn the fuel pumps off, it takes some of the pressure off that you were getting. So We're going to climb to 4,000.
Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, last call, 4 miles south, leaving 4,000.
All right, so that's it for that. Let's go to departure.
NorCal, good morning, Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, VFR request.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, NorCal approach. The altimeter is 29901, say your request.
Morning, Quebec, Skynight, Cessna 320, Slant India, just departed Auburn. Level now, 4,500, about 5 south. Request VFR flight following to Oakland.
I think they've heard that one before.
Scout.
NorCal 78.
Roger. November 44 Tango, Squawk 3272.
3272 for 44 Tango.
So there's my...
18 Quebec, radar contact, Squawk 4250.
4250 for 18 Quebec.
Southern Air 597, the airport's 12 o'clock, 18 miles.
Got it.
All right, so...
Southern Air 597.
Southern Air 597, cleared visual approach, runway 22 left.
On
Clear
the,
visual, 22 left, Southern Air 597.
November 44 Tango, radar
On the way
contact,
up here,
5,700. What's your
I
cruise altitude?
drained the right engine
44 Tango going to 10-5.
for the purpose of him checking the gauge. So now I'm going to drain the left engine to try to balance out the fuel. If I do my calculations, let me do the cross feed first.
Direct me.
Direct trust me, Ped 086.
You might hear a burp in the engines while it's switching over. Let's see what we get here. If it is, I'll hit the fuel pumps, but I try not to see if it'll work. It wants to climb. Don't climb. Put the nose down. Close the cowl flaps. All right, that's all. We're pretty much set up here. He hasn't radar identified me yet, even though he gave me the squawk. So, I flew down to Oakland.
Pad 086, contact approach 123.7, good day.
So we're working on a 50-gallon tank.
Southwest 1673, NorCal approach radio.
Flew down to Oakland to use 26 gallons.
Southwest
So let's take away
1673,
13.
NorCal approach, not a problem, your radar contact. Climb unrestricted, maintain.
At least 37 gallons. On the way back, I cross-fed most of the way. Let's pretend like we use 18 gallons, which means the right tank should be at 20 gallons. So I'm going to cross-feed until the left tank goes to 20 gallons.
Southwest 1673, contact
Then
approach
I will
123.7, you have a good day.
2370, do the same, Southwest 16.
stop the cross-feed, neutralize the trim, and see how the plane reacts. All right, so we have full auxiliary tanks, so that's good. I have 87 on board, so that's also good. And waiting for radar identification from NorCal. Like I said, a severe clear. It's another 90-degree day in Oakland and in Auburn. Oakland should be a lot less. So we're cross-feeding. Both engines are drawing off the left tank. So on the way back, we'll do evenly, and that should bring it down to where
Southern Air 597, contact Capital.
where the shop can get to the gauge. So
12065, good morning.
12065, good morning, Southern Air 597.
we'll wait for identification.
North 44 Tango suggests an odd direction for direction of flight.
Let's see if he's doing two frequencies.
9.5 or 11.5.
All right, I'm not going to bother him with radar identification.
44 Tango, roger, I'll take 9-5.
Roger.
Hey, 18 Quebec, did you radar identify me?
November 18 Quebec, I did on departure. Yes.
18 Quebec, thanks.
All right, just want to make sure. Okay, so we're sitting here in cruise, and I'm going to switch the camera off and then pick it up ahead.
November 18 Quebec, what's your cruise altitude down to Oakland?
18 Quebec, level, roll 4,500.
You said 4,500?
18 Quebec, 4,500. Yeah, the autopilot is creeping up a little bit here.
You never trust them.
No, for sure, especially in formation.
Yeah.
So what he asked me my altitude, I'm pushing it back down. It's worth mentioning that if you're in formation and you're doing a flight, see, I can feel the gas already uneven leveling out. Anyway, if you're in formation, don't use an autopilot if you're near another aircraft, because there's been cases, a friend of mine had it happen to him, not in formation, but he's flying straight and level just like this, and the autopilot decided to like that. And if you catch it right away, you're going to roll right into the guy next to you. So you never use the autopilot when you're in a flight of 2 or 3 or 4. Never in formation. Always hand fly. It's fun to do. It's stressful. I used to do it with Eric in his Turbo 210, and he'd be full power and I'd be way back. It's hard to match the speeds because you're doing this the whole way. So we're just a beam. Let me just put the nose over. There's McClellan Air Force Base below us. They've been very busy this season flying tankers out, and then SAC Executive up ahead.
Southwest 1464, pass behind the Sky Knight at 12 o'clock. Clear visual approach runway 34 left.
Behind him, close visual 34 left, Southwest 1464.
And when expect also Tally Hill will maintain visual separation.
Now 112 o'clock at 5 miles. Crossing right to left eastbound out of 4,600 for 5,500 is a Skyhawk.
When expect I might have stepped on you. I had Tally Hill on the Boeing. Can you repeat the last call?
Then when I go back to traffic now, pre-fill truck, no factor, additional traffic is 1 to 12 o'clock and 5 miles south to eastbound, climbing out of 4,700 for hires is Skyhawk.
When I come back looking for the 1 to 2 o'clock traffic.
All right, so there's a...
There's 2 Bravo Romeo, and I'm showing that the Cameron Park Airport is closed to the same tension.
Bravo Romeo copies that. I'm landing on a private airstrip just northwest of that location.
Oh, nice.
2 Bravo Romeo, roger.
Probably Swanborough.
NorCal, Cirrus 338 Delta Kilo with you 10,000 level.
Cirrus 338 Delta Kilo, NorCal, Bird, segment altimeter 29901.
29901.
The traffic he called southeastbound like this. You look here and you see southeast is this way. So
NorCal Cirrus 1 Alpha Hotel continuing ascent down to 1100.
1 Alpha Hotel, roger that.
come on, where are you at?
When I come back, no joy in that 1 o'clock traffic.
When I go back, you'll be past below them. They're above 5,000 now. Off your nose, maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles.
When I come back, Roger.
Okay, so I don't see him.
NorCal Southwest 6121. Sending on the Sutter 2 out of 11,000.
All right, now that the traffic is out of the way,
6121, NorCal,
I can put the frequency in for Oakland's weather. It was clear last time I checked. That was an hour ago.
Squawk VFR for any change of crew, good day.
Squawk VFR, Cirrus 1 Alpha Hotel, thanks.
48 out. It might be available, might be scratchy. Let's take a peek.
First access unable. You have information blocked.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
1.4.
1274.
Visibility 1464. Good morning. Kilo contact push 1212. Visual approach.
123.
All right, we got most of it. Bravo, wind calm.
Go back again, Chuck. There's no factor off your left wing. Contact Travis approach. Show 119.9. Good day.
When I come back, 19.9, thanks, and so long. When I come back.
See you next time.
Travis, good morning. Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec. Checking in here, 4,500.
Number 331 Quebec, just approach, traffic number 2987.
When I come back.
Okay, so the ATIS said it was wind calm, and this is really easy. The Celsius, it was 15 degrees Celsius, so 9/5 plus 32. I know I do this every flight, but keeps the brain working. So 9/5 of 15 is 27, and then you add 32, you get 59, or just call it 60 degrees. Now this is where you double it and add 30 works perfectly. So anyway, double it and add 30 is 60. So this is right on. So we just checked in with 19.9 with Travis. We're coming up on the Shiloh wind farms up ahead. And let's turn the autopilot off and see which, the plane should start dipping to the right with the right wing. And there it goes. So let's retrim it because we're almost down to where the fuel is even on both ones. I'm looking over at the aileron trim. It's almost neutral. I'm going to put it to neutral. And then I put the camera on it, but it's right into the sun, so you won't be able to see it. All right, so we're still a little left wing heavy, so we're going to let that go a little bit more. All right, so we're way past the halfway point of the flight. I've been flapping my jaws too much. Bearing to the airport 200. We're heading 200. 39 miles. Our speed is 186 knots across the ground, which matches 188 would be our speed with no wind. It's a no wind day. It looks like it. It's kind of hazy. And then our time to Oakland 12 minutes. So there's nothing much to do between here and Oakland. I'm going to expect 120.9er the weekday. And since the wind's calm, I'll probably ask to sneak in a straight in on runway 15 because you get a nice view of the city of San Francisco and Bay Farm Island and Alameda with the sun at our back for that. So stick around and we'll turn the camera on as we get closer in. So look, Ma, no hands. I've got the autopilot off.
29987, ident.
And the trim is neutral on the aileron, and we're pretty much level. And the fuel gauges are even, so I'm going to go down and switch the tanks back to their respective tanks, the engines. So
is 2,700.
we're coming up on
3,000. Request
Pittsburgh, Antioch,
traffic advisory.
Brentwood is to the left, Mount Diablo's right there. On our way into Oakland. Let's see if I can get more of Lima.
Northeast.
Advise ground control on Fort Market unable.
Exactly where I came on before, so I'll get the rest of it and check in with NorCal shortly.
Ava Lima Squawk 5.
I see somebody.
Quebec traffic 2 to 3 o'clock, 3 miles should be passing behind you.
One in Quebec, I do have Tally Ho traffic 2 miles, but he's northbound. Is that him?
One in Quebec, affirmative.
One in Quebec, Tally Ho will maintain visual separation.
One in Quebec, roger, contact NorCal approach 120.9er.
One in Quebec, 120.9er, thanks, and good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so we're going to go to NorCal, then I'll switch to tower on anticipation.
NorCal, good morning. Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec. Checking in with 4,500 with, I think it was Lima. No, Bravo.
3318 Quebec, NorCal approach, roger, and Bravo is current altimeter 2988, enter right base runway 28 right.
Okay, one in Quebec, roger. I was going to ask the tower for a straight in for 15 today. Stay out of everybody else's way.
Number 3318 Quebec, roger, and we'll pass that request along.
One in Quebec, thanks.
So the big runway 30 is under construction for a couple weeks. And so they're landing all of the 737s on the 28s, mostly 28 left. And I think the heavies, they're still using a temporary 29er runway they made out of the taxiway. So by me coming in on 15 straight in, this stays out of everybody's way. And a day like today, the air carriers are required to come in on IFR, but little guys, Part 91s, are not. So we're going to do our GUPs, gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, speed. So first thing I do is put the fuel tanks on, the auxiliary pumps, the pumps on, and make sure we're on the mains, which we are. And I'm starting to cool off 2 inches every 2 minutes. Like I said from the outset, very routine VFR flight. But flying is like your golf game. It's never the same from flight to flight or game to game. So, you know, in the golf, maybe you're hitting your drives good, can't putt, hitting your mid-irons, not the long iron. Next day, can't get off the tee, but you're hitting your irons like crazy and making every putt. In flying, it's more of
2400, climbing to 190.
every situation is different.
Good morning, radar.
You know, because there's climate change.
331 Quebec, there's traffic at your 11 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, 3,800 indicated unverified type unknown.
1 in Quebec looking for the 11 o'clock traffic.
All right, he's 3,800. He's almost my altitude.
125.85.
Unverified.
677.
You know, climate change, the climate changes every day. Oh, I'm sorry. That's called weather. I forgot.
1 in Quebec, no joy on that traffic.
1 in Quebec, he's, well, like you're 10 o'clock now and about 3 miles northeast on 3,800 indicated.
1 in Quebec, looking for the traffic still. I'm pushing the nose down, expedite.
And 1 in Quebec, he's passing off the left wing now, should be no factor.
1 in Quebec, roger.
Cal, Golden Eagle, November 8, Whiskey Bravo, level lane at 2500, northbound to Calusa.
Golden Eagle.
8 Whiskey Bravo, north departure, good morning, and you can resume your navigation appropriately for altitudes outside of the Bravo, the Concord altimeter 29er.
Nice plane. Golden Eagle's a Cessna 421. I think it's the
2112, contact north.
B or the C model.
2432, American 2412.
He told me to make right traffic for 28 right, which meant there's no altitude restriction. Yeah, I can see all the way out to the horizon on the ocean.
Back your radar contact just to the north.
On the ocean, I can see all the way out to the horizon.
2,500.
There is no marine layers coming in tomorrow, I think.
2,500. Open altimeter 2990.
Coliseum 2,500.
Central aircraft, status Charlie, now current at Oakland, altimeter 2990.
That's rising.
Over 3318 Quebec, contact Oakland Tower 118.3.
1 in Quebec, going to Tower 18-3, thanks, and good morning.
Transition approved. There's also aircraft on station at 1100, the Oakland.
Tower, good morning, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, checking in, 7 out, airport and site request 15.
Alright, 1 in Quebec, traffic over the Coliseum at 1100 as a helicopter, base entry runway 15 to the lane.
1 in Quebec, looking for the helicopter and clear to land 15, left base.
All right, so let's put some props forward to 2500 to help slow down. And we're right about our configuration for coming in.
Sub 5 traffic, 5 north of the field, Twin Cessna will be inbound for base entry runway 15, sending out at 2000. Additional traffic to the east is Sky 7 will be also headed for your position.
Big fire here.
Sky 7 and the traffic from the north.
Big fire here in the hills yesterday. I hope no homes got burned.
Chopper 5 in sight, will maintain visual with him.
Roger.
He's got me in sight. Let me see if I can see where that fire was.
Number 1 in Quebec, as you enter the base, keep the Coliseum off your left.
1 in Quebec, we'll keep the Coliseum off the left. We'll start turning base now. 1 in Quebec has some traffic over to Coliseum. Is that the helicopter or someone just departed? That's the helicopter.
Helicopters at 1100 over the Coliseum.
1 in Quebec, calling Tally Ho, and we'll maintain visual separation. I'll go behind him, it looks like.
Right. Okay, calling you on ground, say again.
That bump, I pulled the power back too fast on that last bump, so I did that intentionally. There's a helicopter. There's the city. Probably can't see it, but all right, let's, he just turned, the helicopter just turned. Have him in sight still.
Okay, Skywagon 4910 Alpha, Oakland, ground taxi to runway 15
no
via
problem. I got him
Foxtrot
in
via
sight.
or below.
Gas, undercarriage coming down.
2500, squawk 4525.
Got to coordinate the turn here. Okay, mixtures, let's go full flaps. So gas, undercarriage, got a green. Mixtures up, props up, full flaps. Wind calm, you can see the bay is like still as can be. And we're blue line, and we're coordinated.
Here,
we're turning
711
finally.
Lima, Oakland, ground taxi to runway 28 right via Charlie.
Let's see if on a no-wind runway I can land below 1,200 feet and stay short of taxiway Kilo. So let's see here. We're going to drag it in, still above red line, between blue line and red line. One last look at the wheel, no problem. And practice a short field landing. Boom. There it is. And we're going to pull on the brakes.
can either do kilo or back taxi to the new tees.
Okay, when I come back, your choice, and taxi to parking with me.
When I come back, I'll take kilo and taxi with you to parking. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Okay, there's your short field landing. What else? Routine. There's 2 helicopters here.
Sky
One
7.
here, one here.
Sky 7, ready?
So, thanks for riding along.